A top Republican senator is warning President Obama to get tough or go home in the Iran nuke deal. The deadline for that deal is now just 2 weeks away. Senator Bob Corker sending a letter that says, quote, "If Iran tries to cross these few remaining red lines, I would urge you to please pause and consider rethinking the entire approach. Walking away from a bad deal at this point would take courage, but it would be the best thing for the United States, the region, and the world." Strong words from Senator Bob Corker, who joins me now. He's chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee. Senator, welcome back to the program. Good to see you this morning.
Good to see you, Martha. Thank you.
So this whole thing has not been on the front pages over the last, couple of weeks, but there's only 2 more weeks in this deal. And clearly you want to make sure that everybody is paying attention to the erosion as you see it in what we're negotiating here.
That's right. Look, our country, if we can negotiate a strong deal that keeps Iran from getting a nuclear weapon, that's the best for us and for the world. But what's happening right now, Martha, is John Kerry and his team are letting this deal erode away as they try to close it. It happens a lot in life where when you get close to the end, you just start taking shortcuts. 2 of the issues that from day one have been so important are anytime inspections, anytime, anywhere inspections, and also understanding what the possible military dimensions of their program was prior to 2003. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that Iran was militarizing their nuclear program, and so we need to have access to those scientists. And yesterday, unfortunately, after I wrote that letter, Secretary Kerry did say that they were likely to overlook that issue, which he has said from day one is so important. So look, as you look at this deal, we have a situation where now it's 10 years, not 20. They get to continue their research and development. They get to continue their ballistic missile program. And it's beginning to look like, Martha, the best day of this deal will be day one, because over a period of time it gets worse. It almost allows Iran to get a nuclear weapon if they continue on the path that they're on. So I hope they'll stop. Look, I'm trying to help them. I really am. I'm trying to stiffen their spines. I want a good deal to come out of this, but I'm very concerned with the direction they're going.
You know, if you read what the Ayatollah Khomeini says all the time, he says there will be no inspections of our scientists. That is an intrusion into what we are doing in our own country, and there's no way that we will ever agree to have outsiders come in here and look at what we're doing. So I don't see, Senator Corker, how that is not a deal breaker.
Well, it is a deal breaker based on what the administration has said from day one. Again, what we're beginning to hear is that the administration is weakening. They're caving to these demands. We've already crossed so many red lines. I mean, Fordo was going to be closed. Iraq was not going to produce plutonium. It is. We were going to only have so many centrifuges. We're having far more than that. So these few remaining red lines are very important. And the one that I think people on both sides of the aisle will be very concerned about is if we don't end up with anytime, anywhere inspections. And as you've mentioned, the Ayatollah said that's not going to be the case. So again, I'm just pushing to try to make sure that they hold where they've been. It's already bad enough. But certainly we're not going to let Iran end up in a situation where they can push us away, like Saddam Hussein did back in 2001 and 2 with his program, where he kept hiding the ball. We never knew where they were.
You know, it takes me back to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who said, you can negotiate a deal, but wouldn't it be wise to get them to ensure behavior changes where it comes to sponsoring terrorists in order to get that deal? And that doesn't even appear to be part of the equation here in any way, shape, or form. But I want to ask you about the big picture here, because it appears that we're changing our alliance structure in the Middle East, that we've decided that Iran is the side to be on, not on the Sunni side, not with our former allies, the Saudis, the Egyptians, and those who really do not want to see this deal go through. Do you think that's correct?
Well, I don't think there's no question that in cozying up to Iran, we've changed our alliance. I mean, for instance, we're not doing some of the things in Syria that we would typically do. So the administration has moved towards a new balance of power. That's why our Arab allies are so concerned. That's why they had the meeting at Camp David, was to try to assure them. There's no question that the administration has moved away somewhat from the relationship we've had with Israel. So I think you'd have to say, yes, there's been a reordering that's taking place, and that's what's making everyone nervous. And Martha, if we end up with a bad arrangement with Iran, the next concern is, do our Arab friends themselves move towards nuclear weapons? Does Saudi Arabia do that?
It
Does
seems there's
Qatar
no doubt
do
that that's exactly what
right.
they would feel they needed to do. So we will see. Thank you very much. Interesting
Thank
letter.
you.
Senator
Thank
Corker, good to talk to you.
Thank you.